Hi, everybody. Still on vacation down in Missouri. It's let's see here, 2:19 back in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Again, I'm at Lake of the Ozarks, and I grabbed an image of one of my favorite golf courses down here. That's what they call the Cove. I don't recall what hole it is. It's a par five, and you can see it sticks out on this peninsula surrounded by water, which is the great Lake of the Ozarks. Did not play golf this week, in case you're wondering. Been just helping my parents out with some things. Anyway, we talked about this last time, the fact that the pattern going into this weekend here back at home, Oregon, Washington, was going to be much cooler. We'd be getting in some measurable rain likelihoods. And that is absolutely the reason I'm coming to you with an update on this Friday. I will be getting home late tomorrow. When I talk to you again on Sunday, I'll be home. But here we go. Beautiful, partly cloudy afternoon. That's the end of the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center camera in Lincoln City. Temperatures look like they're going to either be hitting 80 or staying in the upper 70s this afternoon. Looks like overall just a beautiful, beautiful day at home. Changes are coming starting this evening. All right. This is the current satellite picture. Those three dashed blue lines, see how they're marking that band of cloudiness, which is just starting to increase somewhat in the area. I think as you're out and about later today and this evening, you're going to continue to see the clouds increase a bit. And then basically get into what could be a fairly overcast overnight and more cloudiness around than not on Saturday. With this initial push of cooler weather coming in tonight, I absolutely believe that there is the chance of some rain. I will tell you, modeling is not putting out any measurable rainfall tonight. So I would take that as either there is no rain or you get just a little bit with that initial push of cooler air coming in. The front with the two barbs that's connected to that upper level low out in the Gulf of Alaska, that one comes in tomorrow afternoon. And then that upper level low on Sunday actually drops inland across Washington and into Oregon. And that's going to bring us likely rain. Rain chances start tonight. Rain chances are in the forecast tomorrow. Models don't put out anything measurable, so it may not be much of anything, may not be anything, but it will be possible. And then likely rain on Sunday and also on Monday. And I'm going to show you the maps that kind of back that up. Let me, whoops, lost my place for a second. Okay, so this is tomorrow. This is Saturday. This is the American GFS model. And you can see the upper level low still to our north. But see how the contouring with the blue colors, that's that deepening trough that's starting to drop in. So this is cold air advection coming in during the day tomorrow, a day that may or may not make it up to 70. Now, the weather animations for precipitation I've looked at indicate a decent chance of some light precip amounts at the coast Saturday, actually starting tonight, and a decent chance of some measurable precipitation in the form of scattered showers over the mountains, but very limited, if any, precip here in the up and down I-5 in the Willamette Valley in Southwest Washington. So that's Saturday. Sunday, colder air begins. Remember on Saturday, intensifies. Remember on Saturday, tomorrow, I said maybe doing well to hit 70. Well, on Sunday, maybe doing well to hit 60. So that's a pretty good cool off. If you could see just underneath that upper level low where it says 549, that enclosed contour. So that's a 549 low. Remember when we were doing winter forecasting, I would tell you that the 546 upper level contour is what's considered the polar jet. So in other words, you're really getting into the colder air in the hemisphere. So this is close to that. Of course, the colder air this time of the year, not the same as the colder air in January, but it gives you an indication. It's a pretty deep low pressure center, certainly for June. And that's why the weather models are really going absolutely likely rain at times on Sunday and still expecting some showers on Monday. Now I want to skip to Wednesday. So this is Wednesday. You can see, and there's an upper level low and enclosed contour. It's a 555 millibar. That's not as deep, so not as strong as what we just looked at. What I'm talking about is up in Canada. And if you follow the blue colors, kind of the wedge there, that's the trough line, what we call upper trough, extending through our area. So it's still going to be cooler than normal. I think there's at least a chance of some showers. And my point is, we get into a rain chance tonight. May not be much of anything. Same thing on Saturday. Absolutely some likely rain on Sunday, Monday. But then at least the chance of a rain, cooler weather extends on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a fairly lengthy little hit of some cooler weather. We could have easily 3 days in a row with high temperatures only in the 60s. And again, on Sunday, maybe even struggling to get up to 60 degrees. So um, that's what's going on. Let's see here. That is an old map. Let's bypass that. I want to get into this. This is El Nino. And what this is doing, see if you look in black are the continents. So if you find South America and you see that where my black arrow is, you can see the extension of the red coming out, protruding out into the Pacific waters. That's that finger of warming off the coast of South America that we call El Nino. When those temperatures somewhat near the surface reach a half a degree Celsius above normal, then we consider that to be El Nino. And that's right where we're at right now. So a few days back, NOAA and the National Weather Service announced that based on this imagery, that El Nino has begun. And there are indications that this will be a moderate to potentially strong El Nino going into this fall. And I'm going to break down just an El Nino presentation for you coming up next week when I get back in town to get more settled. So keep it tuned for that. Let's talk about forecast numbers. I don't show you this very often. This is if you were a forecaster in the area and you're putting together a 7-day, one of the first things you would look at for temperature guidance is this model. This is the National Blended Extended Model. And if you go on the left-hand side, there's a UTC. You see where it says PDX, KPDX. So it's just Portland. And then UTC, that's the time in London. And then FHR, TXN. So it's that TXN line that I want you to look at. So for today, it's giving a high of 78. And then Saturday, there's a 12. That's Saturday morning, 57 degrees. Gives tomorrow's high 71. Sunday, if you go right down that line, a high of only 61. If you go right down that line, Monday, a high of only 61. So that's the weather modeling, the output of the weather model showing how cool it's going to be. Now, if you drop down to the bottom of this graphic where that line says P12, I think my face may be covering it up. But the very bottom graphic, you can see the 12. That is 12-hour precipitation possibilities. So tomorrow, 11% or less. If you go to Sunday morning, 25%. If you go to Sunday afternoon, that's 81%. That's the weather model saying, absolutely, we're going to get some rain. Absolutely. That's what that model is saying. And then it still gives a 62 to 77% chance on Monday and a 65 to 66% chance on Tuesday. That's the likelihood of some rain in the area. So again, this is a fairly lengthy period of cooler weather and some decent rain chances coming, where the wettest days will be Sunday, Sunday night, into Monday, it looks like right now. How much, let me pull up this is the automated 7-day from the National Weather Service. And before I take you through that, I just want to go through some rain numbers. So some of the individual models that I'm looking at, if you interpolate the data between all of them, Sunday, we could get a quarter to maybe 3/10 of an inch of rain. I mean, a quarter of an inch of rain, if it were fairly widespread on Sunday, that's a pretty good soak. This is still a couple of days out. Remember that not always, but often, weather models overdo how much rain we're going to get. But I certainly think we have a chance to get 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. And if we could get a quarter or more on Sunday, that would be absolutely fantastic, right? Notice on the 7-day graphic you're looking at, it says rain on Sunday. And then you get into Tuesday, you get into, Monday, maybe 2/10 of an inch of rain, but not as good of a chance of a widespread soak. And then by the time you get to Tuesday, you're hoping to get maybe 5/100ths or 1/10 of an inch. I do believe there's a rain chance extending on Wednesday. So the forecast numbers on this automated graphic from the National Weather Service, 69 on Saturday for a high, 63 Sunday, only 60 on Monday. Of course, Juneteenth, our federal holiday. And then Tuesday, 63. Wednesday, we start to warm up. I do believe there's at least a shower chance on Wednesday myself. And then the next time we start to get, hey, it's warm outside, you can see it nears 80 on Thursday. But I did write down that chance of around 80 on Thursday of next week looks to be 1 or 2 days of warm weather at most, and then we'll cool back down. There's a chance of getting up to 90. This will probably change, but right now there's a chance of getting up to 90 degrees on Sunday the 25th for just a day or two. That's the next time I really see something, wow, that could be hot. Overall, the remainder of this June looks to be really comfortable, more than not. and at least some measurable rain chances coming, especially this Sunday into Monday. Okay. All right. Looking forward to getting home tomorrow night and talking to you again Sunday. And we'll get more into El Nino next week. Thanks for subscribing and telling your friends about it. Hope you've had a good week. I've enjoyed my time here at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri with my parents, and I'll be back home and talk to you soon.